Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you to this year's Easter Parade. This is actually our 13th year. The Fruitland Chamber of Commerce has put on our Easter Parade, so number 13. We thank you all for coming out. I know it's cold, feels more like the Christmas parade. And remember, immediately following the parade, we will be having the annual Easter egg hunt sponsored by the Fruitland Rec Commission. And also, the Fruitland Little League concession stands is open for breakfast and lunch today, as well as the ARC General Store. Please check them out. For the past 13 years, we've had the Wacomico High School ROTC kick off our annual Easter Parade. We'd like to welcome the Wacomico High School ROTC. And they are under the direction of Mr. Bill Taylor, USA Senior Army Instructor.
Left, right.
Thank you for joining us. Wacomico County High School ROTC.
Left, right.
Our very own City of Fruitland Police Department, we have our Officer of the Year with us today. Our 2015 Officer of the Year is Corporal James Jackson. He's being driven today by Sergeant Dan Holland. Officer of the Year, Corporal James Jackson. Thank you for joining us today. Our next entry is the Improved Order of Redmond. They are our Grand Marshal of today's parade, and they're also our Unsung Hero for 2015. We have Mr. Richard Barnes and family. They are being driven by a horse and carriage, a Little of the Past Carriage Company. Consists of a pair of halflingers named Ned and Mac pulling a natural finish wagonette. The driver is Linda Thomas, and the groom's assistant is Catherine Danilord. Thank you for joining us today. Nice seeing you, Richard. Hi. Unsung Hero. We'd like to welcome our Fruitland City Council members. We have our President, Dodie Kerr, and then we have Chuck Nichols, Ray Carey, and Roland Palmer. We thank them for coming out today. Hi, Miss Dodie. Happy Easter. And our Fruitland City Town Manager, Mr. John Pasota. He's driving himself today, poor guy. And coming up, we have our very own State's Attorney, Mr. Matt Massarello, and our wonderful Wacomico County Sheriff, Mr. Mike Lewis. Thank you for joining us today. They've been in this parade, I know as long as I've been doing this. Hello. And I think we have the crime dog with them. What's his name? Is it McGruff? Thank you for coming out today. We really appreciate it. Sheriff Mike Lewis and State's Attorney Matt Massarello. And I think I see Mr. Tim Robinson driving behind them for their safety today. Thank you for joining us. We've got our very own county executive, Mr. Bob Culver. He's walking with us today in the parade, and he brought along with him Senator Addie Epcart for District 37. Senator Addie Epcart, District 37, and County Executive Mr. Bob Culver. Thank you for joining us today. Our Wacomico County Council members, we have President John Cannon with us today. We have Larry Dodd, who represents District 3, and Mark Kilmer, who represents District 2. Once again, our Wacomico County Council members, President John Cannon, Council members Larry Dodd, District 3, Mark Kilmer, District 2. We appreciate the County Council joining us today. And our County Executive is still handing out candy. Thank you, Mr. Bob Culver. And everybody knows Chick-fil-A cow, yay! Who loves Chick-fil-A besides me? We want to thank Chick-fil-A for coming out and helping us out today for our 13th annual Easter Parade. Eat chicken. It's real good for you. If it isn't the Salisbury Mayor, Mr. Jake Day is joining us today. We really appreciate him coming out and helping support the Fruitland community. Just like our slogan, bringing unity to the community. Good morning. Our Salisbury Mayor, Mr. Jake Day. Big round of applause. Thank you for coming out. Now, Jake, they're my granddaughters. There, you better get them extra. Our 2014 Business of the Year, Apple Discount Drugs. Owner, Mr. Jeff Shear. Car is being driven today by Mark Azabel, and we have the Candy Apple being escorted by Karen Azabel. I hope I said that right. Thank you all for joining us today. Apple Discount Drug. I know I keep them in business. I think I'm there once a week.
Okay, we got Miss Wacomico.
We have Miss Wacomico County Fire Prevention, Miss Sharptown Fire Prevention, Casey English. Casey is a certified nursing assistant at Easton Memorial Hospital Emergency Room. She attends Warwick and also is a new member of the Sharptown Volunteer Fire Company. And she's being driven by Kathy, and we really appreciate her getting her here today. We have Lucky Star with us today, owner Jason Wang. If you haven't tried their restaurant, you're missing out. So please go see Lucky Star. And behind them, we have the Fruitland Community Center. The center is founded in 1985 by retired educator Mary Gladys Jones. Mrs. Jones' philosophy of learning is not only necessary, but learning is fun. Still prevalent in 2016, laughter, excitement, fun, and homework as each student is motivated to do their best. Miss Rita White is Ivy Academy After School Program Director, Alexis DeShield. Thank you for joining us today. I've got Hebron Savings Bank. Woohoo! I got Miss Debbie Nelson in the front, and Melody Carter's driving crazy in this golf cart. You better watch out for Miss Mel. She'll run you over, Jaden. Better watch. And I've got Sandy Yore in her beautiful Volkswagen. Thank you for joining us today, girls, as they head to Hebron. We have a wonderful little group of kickers coming up the Peter Cottontail Lane right now. Kickers Taekwondo. Under the direction of Mr. Mike Layton and Natalie Layton. Give them a round of applause. You don't want to mess with them. Kickers Taekwondo. Give them a good round of applause there. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad that's you doing it because I'd rip something out if I tried it. Thank you for joining us again.
We don't want to.
Okay, behind kickers, we have Chris Field's Crustacean. Miss Crustacean is Julie Evans. Little Miss is Abby Pruitt. Little Mister, Peyton Mills. We'd like to welcome Chris Field Crustaceans with us today. And behind them, we have the All-American Miss 2016, Ms. Kelly. Ms. Kelly is an Eastern Shore native and Army wife of 10 years. She wishes everyone the happiest of Easter and reminds everyone to please pray for our troops. And we have with us Salisbury Fire Station 2. Thank you for coming out today. Appreciate you joining us. Why don't you do a little siren or something for these children? There you go. And behind them, we have our very own Parsonsburg Volunteer Fire Company. And our new chief, Mr. Eric Tyler. Give him a round of applause. Thank you for coming out today. Station 2 for Salisbury and Parsonsburg Volunteer Fire Company, Station 6. Joining us today, we have the Girl Scout Troop 581 of Fruitland. Girl Scout Troop 581, under the direction of Cheryl, and I know I'm going to butcher this name, Lapatakowski. Close enough. Girl Scout Troop 581, based right out of Fruitland here, and I think they were selling some cookies today, so if you still need cookies, hit them up. A round of applause for Girl Scout Troop 581, based right out of our Fruitland community. We'd like to welcome once again Allen Volunteer Fire Company. Allen's been with us all 13 years as well. We really appreciate them coming out, helping us and supporting us. All we have to do is give them one phone call and they're like, yeah, sign me up. So thank you, Allen Volunteer Fire Company. Give them a big round of applause. Check out that rescue boat. That's pretty cool. Once again, Allen Volunteer Fire Company. Give them a big round of applause for coming out and helping out. Might want to give a little horn or siren, something for these kids. They like that stuff. There you go. There's no noise ordinance in Fruitland today. We'd like to welcome Sanford & Wife's Country Shop. Antique car is a 1949 ragtop driven by Mr. Dickie Smith. Thank you for coming out today. Sanford & Wife, if you haven't gone to their country store, you're missing out. We have the Salisbury JCs, and they brought Saw with them today. There we go. We got Saw the Bear with Salisbury JCs. Thank you for helping us today. Appreciate you coming out. First Shore Federal Savings and Loan. We'd like to welcome them with us today. Miss Paula Brown, and we've got Mr. Lee Johnson, Tom Robinson, Robin Smith, Tracy Bird, Ray Purdue. We have a 1986 Chevy Camaro being driven by Amy Holloway with her dogs Ringo and Roxy, excuse me. Thank you, First Shore Federal. We have St. John's United Methodist Church. Thank you for joining us today with Melissa Brown. 312 East Main Street, St. John's United Methodist Church. Happy Easter. Remember the reason for the season. And our Boy Scout Troop 176, Mr. Paul Curtis. This troop has been with us for the last 13 years as well, so we've watched a lot of kids grow up in our Easter parade. Thank you, Boy Scout Troop 176. Give them a round of applause. Boy Scout Troop 176. Thank you, Mr. Paul. We'd like to welcome First Baptist Church with us today. They've been with us as well all 13 years, and their new pastor is Jimmy Cullen. First Baptist Church.
Hey, straighten it up. I'm good. Hey, Jim.
Another round of applause for First Baptist Church. Thank you for joining us today, Pastor Jimmy Cullen. We'd like to welcome some of our little furry friends today. We have Pets on Wheels of Delmarva, Inc. Pets on Wheels. They are actually walking with therapy dogs. So, Pets on Wheels of Delmarva, thank you for coming out and joining us today, and they've been in our parade for several years as well. I wish I had their coats. Thank you, Miss Bev.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today.
Got a few more coming down the road.
We got some little fellas back there giving kisses to the crowd.
Blob, whatever that is. Purple guy.
Once again, a big round of applause for Pets on Wheels of Delmarva. We got the little guys coming through here. I don't know about you all, but I don't recognize this purple dog. Does anybody recognize that purple dog? Who is that? I think that's Grimace from McDonald's. We'd like to welcome Grimace from McDonald's. He joined us today. We'd like to thank Grimace for coming out. I think he came from the Fruitland McDonald's today. So we really appreciate him coming over here and joining us today. Yay!
Okay, we got, oh, goodness. Okay, we got that chart.
We have our very own Business of the Year, Etchart Awards. For over 30 years, Etchart has been the premier awards supplier on the Eastern Shore, meeting and exceeding all expectations of their customers. 2015 Business of the Year, Etchart Awards. Give them a big round of applause. If you need any awards, Little League, for your fire department banquets, whatever, Dave Finks and his crew are the people to see. Etchart Awards. Mount Herman Road.
Oh, gee, what a powerful.
We have Crossroads Church of God. Pastor John Caffian, who's right here, my right-hand man today. And then we have a 1960 Chevy pickup driven by the owner, Dave Freeze.
Throw me some candy, throw me some candy.
And we have a lot of cute little fellas riding in the back there. That's a nice Chevy. You can park that around the corner. I'll take it home.
And the dog's name is Lady.
And the dog's name is Lady, but how about the baby?
That's Elsa.
Elsa. We love Elsa. And if it isn't our very own Mr. Buck Burton, round of applause for Mr. Buck Burton. Probably some of you had him for band in school. He's driving a 1949 Buick Super. Mr. Buck Burton. here, right out of Fruitland, owner Mr. Steve Wallace. He's got 2 trucks with us today. One specializes for motorcycles only, and he's the only tow truck in the area that specializes to handle motorcycles. So once again, a round of applause for automatic towing right here in Fruitland, Mr. Steve Wallace.
Cakes by David.
We'd like to welcome Cakes by David today. They are in their little pink Volkswagen Bug. If anybody needs any specialty cakes, go see Cakes by David on South Division Street. Thank you for joining us today. And everybody loves a good motorcycle. We got American Legion Post 64. Give it up for American Legion Post 64. Thank you for joining us today. And we got Walmart. Walmart right out of Fruitland here. We want to thank them for coming out and joining us today and giving you all kinds of goodies. I see, it looks like Reese cups. Or are they Kit Kats? Oh, you got more Reese cups this way. That's my favorite. John, get ready to catch it. Oh, we love the Kit Kats and the Reese's. Oh, he'll eat all of it. Reese cups. Thank you so much. Thank you. Walmart and Fruitland. Thank you for coming out and joining us today. We really appreciate it. And look what we got coming up, guys. Everybody watch out. Walmart got to take the turn. Welcome to VIP of the 13th Annual Fruitland Chamber of Commerce Parade. Give it up for Peter Cottontail. And he's being driven by the Fruitland Volunteer Fire Company. Thank you, Mr. Cliff, for making him arrive safely. Our very own Citizen of the Year came out of the Fruitland Volunteer Fire Company, Mr. Robin Townsend. Citizen of the Year, Mr. Robin Townsend, who serves as the Chief of the Fruitland Volunteer Fire Company. Thank you all for coming out today in this bitter cold. Egg hunt is right down at the Little League field. See you next year.